point quiz number 2, Math 7, Chapter 3. Problem number 1 through 5, find the product, which means to multiply. To multiply, you can either reduce before you start multiplying or wait till after. In this problem, because 6 divided by 3 is a very easy problem to do, I'm going to reduce beforehand. So that gives me 1 in the numerator and 2 in the denominator. Top times top is 2. Bottom times bottom is 7. 2/7 our final answer. Number 2, mixed numbers are bad. So before I multiply this out, I'm going to keep 3/4 the same, and I will change my mixed number 4 1/3 to 13/3. I'll try to reduce beforehand. I see the 3's here that will divide easily, and that leaves me with an answer of 13/4, which is in lowest terms. As a mixed number, that is 3 1/4 if you were to convert it. But as you know, algebra likes improper fractions. I prefer the answer to be left that way. The third problem, perhaps the easiest of the first 3, is 2/5 times 1/2. The 2's will divide out. I'll reduce early, and that leaves me with the final answer of 1/5. Question 4, 3 1/4 times 2 7/8. We know that mixed numbers are bad. That gives us 13/4 times 2 times 8 is 16, 23/8. I don't really see any way to reduce here because I can't divide 13 by 4 or 8 and no common factors, so it looks like I'm going to have to just multiply this out. The denominator is easy. 8 times 4 is 32. The numerator, 230 plus, is it 299? Someone? 13 times 23? 299 it is. And that's our final answer, 299/32. I do not need to change that to a mixed number. Problem number 5, 1 1/10 times 2/3. I'll change this mixed number, which is bad. 10 times 1 is 10. 11/10 times 2/3. I see that 10 and 2 can be divided here, and that leaves me with 5 here and 1 there. So in lowest terms, my answer would be 11/15. Question number 6 says, what is the area of the courtyard? That is 2 2/3 yards by 4 1/6 yards. The first thing I recognize here is that's going to be a rectangle. So I'm going to sketch a rectangle that will magically turn into a really nice rectangle. I'm going to put the dimensions on there, which are 2 2/3 and 4 1/6. And if they had asked me for the perimeter of this, then perimeter means to add up all 4 sides. And that's a possible question that you could see on the test, not this quiz. Since they're asking me the area, that's a multiplication problem, the length times the width. So 2 2/3 times 4 1/6. I'll multiply, mixed numbers are bad. 3 times 2 is 6, so that's 8/3 times 25/6. 8 times 25 is 200. I'm going to reduce at the end this time. And 3 times 6 is 18. 200 divided by 18, let's see, they're both divisible by 2, so that would give me 100/9, which is in lowest terms. And so since my area measurements were done by yards and yards, my answer would be 100/9 yards squared. Now, most people would say a mixed number is a better answer for the common person. Not you, because you're mathematically inclined, but the common person to answer. In that case, 9 goes into 100 11 times with a remainder of 1. So 11 1/9 square yards would probably be the socially acceptable answer. You know in my class, 100/9 is perfectly good. Questions 7 through 11 now, all asking the same thing. Find the quotient, which means to divide. First thing we need to remember is that divide means to multiply by the reciprocal. That's what it means. So we're going to use our rule of same, change, change. 5/9 then would be times. Changing that to its reciprocal would be 6/5. 5s divide out. That's an easy one. If I write it as 6/9, reducing it to simplest form, that would be 2/3 as my answer. Number 2, mixed numbers are bad, so that's 25/2 divided by 15/8. Divide, same, change, change. 8 divided by 2 is 4/1. 25 and 15 are both divisible by 5. That would be 5 and 3. And top times top now becomes 20. And bottom times bottom becomes 3. If you had decided not to reduce that before you answered it, you would have had 25 times 8, which is 200, over 2 times 15, which is 30. And you can see that that's also very easy to reduce to lowest terms and get the same answer, 20/3. So reducing before you multiply or after gives you the same final answer either way. Problem number 9, mixed numbers are bad. That's 22/7 divided by 11/7, which is 22/7 times 7/11. 7s divide out. 22 and 11 divide out, and that gives me 2/1, and there's my answer. 2/1, which you can write as, I'm not going to write the 1, I'll always write it as 2. 8/25 divided by 2/5, and that's really nice writing that. Same, change, change. 25 divided by 5 leaves 5 here and 1 there. 8 divided by 2 leaves 4 here and 1 there. Top times top, bottom times bottom, 4/5. Our last problem, mixed numbers bad. 26/5 divided by, I'm going to multiply now. I'm going to change it to a multiplication problem. So same, that's 26/5, change, change. 10 divided by 5 is 2/1. 26 and 4 are divisible by 2. That gives you 13 and 2. Top times top. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So we should get just 13/1 or 13 as a final answer for that problem right there.